everybody, I'm back this week to do something really awesome and sweet and sort of fall themed. Since we're in November, I decided to do pecan pie in a mug. So you're just going to start out with your large microwavable mug and 1 tablespoon of butter. Boop. Try to make sure you get all the paper off of the butter. And you're just going to put that in the microwave for like 35 seconds. You're just trying to melt it. Hopefully my video quality is good this week. I got a new camera, so it's taken me a few minutes to make adjustments. Hopefully everything looks good. But you guys are really gonna like this pecan pie in a mug. I would almost call it the pecan pie filling in a mug because it takes the best part of the pie, which is obviously that dark, sugary, sweet, yummy pecan filled filling, and that's what we're gonna have. You could either eat this straight out of the mug, or if you have like a little pre-made tart shell, you could go ahead and use that too. So get your butter out once it's all melted and a fly is not bothering you. You're going to put in 1/4 cup of golden syrup. I am about to kill a fly because it won't get away from my face. 1/4 cup. Get a... Go ahead and pour that in there. Get yourself a fork. I thought I had a fork. I must have moved it in all my getting ready for everything. Okay. Shelf a fork because you're going to want to be stirring this in. Go ahead and try to scoop out as much of the golden syrup as you can. This is what makes it nice and awesomely rich. Give that a good stir in there. I feel like I'm really close to you guys this week. It might take me a few weeks to get used to my new camera. Okay, that's our syrup in there. Now we need 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. 1, 2, 3. And get that stirred in. See, it's looking nice and good there. Okay, so we have our corn syrup, our butter, our sugar. Now we just need a teaspoon of flour. Just not a lot, just a little bit. Help thicken it up. So a teaspoon of, there's where I put my other fork. Stir in your flour. You're getting a nice thick base syrup at this point. Okay, so we have our butter, our corn syrup. I say corn syrup. It's golden syrup or a dark corn syrup or like a molasses. Basically, you need a dark sweet syrup. Your sugar, your flour. Now we need 1 egg. Gonna go ahead and crack that right in there. Dispose of the shell. Wash your hands real quick. Get that. This might take you a little bit. You just want to get that all stirred up and in there. Okay, and that's what it's going to look like for now. We are going to microwave this for 3.5 minutes, but we have to watch it very closely. We're going to do it for 30 seconds at a time. You're doing that like 7 times at, what did I say, 50% power. So it's like, oh, you're going to be standing there, but I'm going to see if I can get any more of the golden syrup out of there. Trust me, I was practicing this last night, and that is very important, the 30 seconds at a time for... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this in the microwave. Time cook 3-0, power level 5. And we honestly are going to do this about 6 to 7 times, and you'll know when it's done. I'll show you. It'll be a little bit puffy and it'll be thick. If you guys love my shirt this week, how cool is this? It's another awesome shirt from Teefury. And yet another design from Saqman. I love his stuff. Honestly, this is what, my 5th or 6th episode with his stuff. The whole Tim Burton, Doctor Who style. That's my thing. And of course I got my awesome Doctor Who hat that my friend Becky made for me. Okay. That was our first time. Give it a good stir. Time cook 3-0, power level 5. We're on our second time. So you guys are having a good week. Did you enjoy the Doctor Who this week? I mostly did. It was pretty good. It just shows that Jenna Coleman can, when she's given something other than sickly sweet, annoying Clara, can actually do a very good job. I'm sure she's just a lovely person and a good actress. Oh, but to be dredged with something like Clara, no. And I was so sad I wanted Osgood to go with the TARDIS. I mean, I know why she had to stay, but... Okay. Stir it after the second time. 3-0, power level 5. Waiting for our third time. And if you need to sit and like make dash marks on a paper like I might have to, it's not a problem, because I'm trying to remember how many times you've done it. Just some water. Really thirsty. Okay, now we're stirring it after our third time. You'll see it's getting really, smells amazing. Very liquidy. Okay, we're gonna do it for our fourth time. If you guys are wondering what I've been up to lately, I've been making awesome chocolates for a craft fair that I'm going to next Saturday. Becky's a little moment. Going with my friend Becky. We're going to split a table. She's going to have her awesome crafts and everything. I'm going to have my chocolates. I've done a lot of fall chocolates here. Football helmets, fall leaves. I'll show you the turkeys here after we put it in for our fifth time. But I'm going to start on some Christmas stuff next. It's just a one-day craft fair, so I'm not going to have a lot of stuff. You can see your stuff's going to be nice and liquidy now. I'd show you mine, but I'm afraid if I tilt my mug, I'm going to be pouring it on the floor. Okay. We're going to be putting it in for our fifth time. But I'm going to have my usual, I'm going to throw in some of my usual, science fiction, sci-fi stuff, but look at the little turkey. That is a chocolate-covered Oreo. But yeah, I've done pretty much all the fall sort of football-themed things I'm going to do. I know I'm going to throw in a few of my superhero things. And then I'm going to start on some Christmas stuff, because it's a fall Christmas craft fair. I'll have covered Oreos that look like snowmen, snowflakes, Christmas bulbs. Covered Oreos just seem to be one of my favorite things to do. Okay. Stir it after the fifth time. See, it's still very liquidy. And you won't believe the difference between like the sixth and seventh time. Or did I put it in for the fifth or the sixth time? I think I put it in for the fifth time. I don't know. If you get confused and you forget, just know you're going to do it 6 to 7 times at power level 30. And I will show you what it looks like when you know it's done. Because it will get really thick and it's going to puff up a little bit. And that's when you're going to need your half a cup. These awesome little half a cup bags are amazing. Your half a cup of pecan chips. We're going to mix most of it in with the syrup and pour a few over top. Well, we're getting there. You can see, you probably noticed it was just a little bit puffier. I'm going to put it in one more time, and then I'll show you what mine looks like. Yeah. This is why it is handy to maybe write this down. Just know you're going to be doing it 6 to 7 times, 3 to 3.5 minutes. 30 seconds at a time, power level 5. If you're like me, you got no head for numbers sometimes. Put the lid back on my chocolates. Oh, did I show you guys the footballs? Can't remember if I showed you the footballs. I'm a little bit of a football fan, not a huge football fan, but it's just fun to make them. Okay, now that your filling is mostly done, you'll see here what it looks like. I can't show you too much or it's going to flop out. Stir it so that the little bit of puffy goes out of it. You could probably, when you're done, fit this in a smaller mug, but for purposes of cooking it, you need a bigger mug because it puffs up a little bit. Okay, so now we need, I knew I set my measuring spoon somewhere, a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, Cat is playing in bags, so if you hear crinkles, it's amazing she's not running throwing her jingle balls across the floor. Okay, so stir in your vanilla, and careful because this is going to be steaming hot. Okay, so if this was a point where you actually had gotten some pre-made pastry shells or something, this is where you would mix in your vanilla, your pecans, and pour it in your little pastry shell. If you're like me and you just want to eat the filling out of a mug, that's what you just leave it in the mug. So your half a cup of pecans, put about half of that in, give it a good stir around until they're nice and incorporated. Shake it down, tap the fork, take the rest and make a nice layer of them over the top. I would show you what it looks like, but I don't want to pour it out of the, you can see it'll pour a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put it in for 2 minutes at 30% power. Power level 3. And trust me, that is important. You don't want to rush this or you're going to scorch that sugar and you're just going to have a little mug of yuck. It's not even going to be caramelized, it's going to be scorched. This is a good time to start cleaning up after yourself. Look at all Teefury's awesome. Teefury has some of these, is literally in my top 2 for most comfortable shirts. That right out of the bag, you could toss them on and you're not going to be pulling at the arms, pulling at the neck, stretching it out a little bit. I'm a curvier gal, so you know that kind of fit is important to me. Teefury, in my top 2 for most comfortable shirts, right out of the bag. And the quality, obviously you can see the print quality, amazing. And I can't remember. I will find the lid to my store here eventually. Oh my, there are times I do wonder about myself. I just hope I amuse you guys and you get some good information. Not quite sure what I'm going to be doing next week, but I'm leaning towards something that's a semi-request. No, I really don't know what I did with the lid to the, Okay. 30 seconds, we're going to bring that out. Sorry if you see me getting a couple of my lollipops out of the freezer. I multitask. I can even say that's football, I just think the paw prints are cute. And I had to use up some milk chocolate, so. You might, when this comes out, you're not going to want to eat this right away. Because it is going to be very, very hot. And the longer you let it set, the more it actually is going to firm up. Because right now it's a very gel-like because it is the pie filling. Okay, let's go ahead and get our pie out. Heaven in a mug. Okay. Yeah, it is going to move because it is pie filling. It tastes phenomenal. I'll take a bite here in a minute. But seriously, try this. And if you have like some Cool Whip or you want to put some ice cream on this after a minute or two after it's cooled, just go ahead. Tastes phenomenal. I'm just going to eat it as is because I didn't think ahead of time to go get anything. Give that a good stir. You'll see it is chock full of the awesome gooey pecans. I wish you could see that this was steaming. It is the perfect little pie filling. If you put this in a pastry shell, honestly, just let it set. It'll firm up. Put it in the fridge maybe a little bit. I wish you could see it was steaming. Happy dance. Happy, happy, happy. Everybody is full pecans. It's got that brown sugar, golden syrup, richness to it. And let's cool a little bit before I scald my taste buds anymore. So please, I'll put the link, or my friend Becky will put the link to her Etsy shop. Check out Teefury. Check out Saqman. Have an awesome week, and I will be back next week. So thank you guys. I appreciate everything.